Hello everyone, it's Cam from Arsenal Theory Podcast, and we're going to be doing a breakdown preview of Arsenal versus Manchester United, one of the biggest games in the world of football, anytime, anywhere. This is a huge game. We played each other in America a few weeks back. United kind of slapped us, to be fair. We were terrible, and United finished all their opportunities, but hopefully it'll be different tomorrow. So we're going to be going through predicted lineups on the Arsenal side, discussing some of the Man United injuries that they've got, and they might have a new star striker starting as well. And also, I just want to say that I'm actually going to the game tomorrow, and I'm really looking forward to it. And, whoever, assuming it's not a draw, whoever loses is just going to have a terrible 2 weeks because there's this international break, and it's just going to suck for whoever's on the losing side. I mean, I suppose it could end up a draw and it could feel like a loss if you're about to win and you let something happen in injury time. Hopefully that doesn't happen to Arsenal, although you never know with Man United and the refs. So we've got some subjects that we want to go through bit by bit. So let's get straight down to business. The Arsenal defence. I can't remember the last time we kept a clean sheet at home. It's been a long time. So is Big Gabriel going to be coming back as the centre-back? I personally think not. I don't think Mikel's going to bring him back in. Unfortunately, I'd like him to come back in, but I think he's going to stick with the formation at the back that he's been playing so far, which is a real shame on him. We don't look as solid, I don't feel, at the back without him there, especially from set pieces and corners. So I would like to have seen Gabriel come back in. You do have to wonder, is there something more going on here? Very rare. I'm trying to think of the last time I can think of a team just suddenly just ditching their centre-back for no kind of apparent real reason. It's not like we're looking completely different as a team and we're looking more focused or more defensively solid. It's not like taking him out has gained us something elsewhere. I mean, if it has, then obviously I've missed it. But obviously there's a reason why he's doing it as well, though, and it's just a bit of a strange one. I can understand the rotation as the games are coming thick and fast, but it's one game a week now until for about another month, and then the games will start racking up. But very strange. I mean, it was linked with the move to Saudi. Arteta's come out and said, no, look, it's just not. It's purely a tactical thing. He knows why he's not playing at the moment, but who knows? We don't look as solid to me. And Arteta had an interesting press conference yesterday where he was saying that the journalist basically put it to him that a lot of fans are saying you should just go back to the team that played last season. And Mikel made some fair points where he said, well, it's a different season. The teams we're playing are different. They're playing differently. There's new players. There's new personnel. It changes. It changes within a game. Nothing stays the same, which I suppose is correct. However, I still don't see why that's a reason to swap your centre back out. And I've been a big criticizer of Gabriel in the past as well. I think he's got big ricks in him and mistakes, but he started kind of ironing a lot of that out. And I mean, he did make one actually in the United game in pre-season where he went to trap the ball, which just was embarrassing for him. Just went straight under his leg, and I think Sancho went through on goal and scored. So, I mean, I suppose it's good to have someone coming in off the bench, someone of his kind of standard, I suppose. So that's something, but I fully expect him not to be starting and it to be a Ben White, Saliba back line. So in terms of the rest of the defence, is it going to be Raya or Ramsdale? So the club have spent, best part of £30 million on a goalie when we already had a top goalie. Is this the game that Arteta throws the dice a bit and brings him in? I don't think Ramsdale has really covered himself in glory in pre-season or in the opening Premier League games. I wouldn't say he's been terrible, but he certainly hasn't helped us in certain situations. I mean, that Fulham goal last week, you just feel he could do a lot better on it. And he doesn't feel like he's really making a massive difference. Like Alisson makes a huge difference on that Liverpool team. He's pulling out saves, which are just, they're like goals almost. They're that incredible and that important. But we're not really, it doesn't really feel like we're getting that from Ramsdale. It would be a very high pressure situation to bring Raya into. But hey, that's what the game's about. I think there is a way that Raya may start. And I think that's down to whether Mikel starts with Havertz up front or not. There could be an angle to go, okay, well, Raya's got some really, really good kicking, long ball techniques, playing Havertz up front as a 9. I could see an angle there to go. But unless Havertz is starting up front on his own, I think he's going to stick with Ramsdale. I'm kind of like 70% certain Ramsdale's going to start. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll find out around this time. This time tomorrow. So let's crack on here. We've got England Eddie. Embarrassingly forgot to mention it yesterday. Eddie Nketiah, congratulations, been called up for the England team. He's been getting slated by Arsenal fans for a couple of years now, and he's just kept going. I mean, what a personality, what an attitude this guy has, where so many doubters, so many haters, so many people saying he's not good enough, he's not ready, he'll never be good enough, we should sell him, we should play Balogun, all this kind of stuff. And he's just kept his head down, gone about his business, trained like a demon, got his opportunities. And, he scored in the opening game against Forest. He won the penalty against Palace and then came off the bench against Fulham to get the equaliser. So, he's had really big contributions in all of the games that he's played so far this season, and some of them have come off the bench. So to drop him would be a real, not nightmare is the wrong word. It'd be a big call. And for him, it'd be so disappointing. However, I don't think Jesus is going to start. I don't think he's got anywhere near starting for us at the moment. So I think it really is down to Eddie or Havertz. Now, the angle for bringing Havertz in up front is United's issues at the back. And are they going to be playing Lissandro at centre-back? So Lissandro is not particularly tall, especially for a centre-back. I think he's like 5'9", something like that, 5'8". It's quite tiny for a centre-back. So Havertz is like 6'4". So you can see it would make sense to do that. However, Eddie's just looking so electric at the moment. He's just busy, he's bubbling, and he likes to score against Man United. So I have a feeling, I think he's going to go with Eddie, but I wouldn't be surprised if Havertz starts up front. He may still stick with Havertz in midfield, although I would like to see Thomas Partey in midfield, just to give us some extra solidity there, especially it's probably going to be Eriksen, Casemiro, and Bruno, and that is a quality. Those are 3 quality players, and I think we will need that extra protection in the middle of the park. So I think he'll go with Eddie. Me personally, Havertz did play up front in that 9 against City, and I thought he did really well. And he was really unlucky not to score. This is why I'm not a football manager. I don't know. But there's an argument to be had for either of them. You could get both of them in the team, but you lose something maybe with Havertz in that sense. So, but these are good problems to have. These are good problems to have for the manager. But there's an argument to be had for kind of either one, really. So let's crack on here. We've got United injuries. Now, they've got Mason Mount is out. I thought Varane, Luke Shaw is out. So we know that Mason Mount and Luke Shaw are out. I heard Varane was out like last week. I heard that he was going to be out for like 6 weeks. And I looked on the Man United website earlier today and they listed all the players injured. And there's like Maino, Luke Shaw, Mason Mount, and some other kind of like youth players. I didn't see anything about Varane being out for the game. So I don't know if the stories I read were just BS or he had an injury and he's recovered, or maybe just United just forgot to put it on their website. I'm not sure. So either way, there was an interesting interview with Ten Hag, pre-match interview, and he said that Rasmus Højlund, the new signing, like a 70 million striker, something like that, from Atalanta, Danish international. He said he's trained all week. He's back from injury. He said he's been good in training and he's ready to start. It doesn't mean he will start, but he's saying that he's ready to start. I think he's going to start. I think if the manager says, yeah, he's good, he's ready to go, he's ready to start, I think that means he's going to start. And United forwards love debuting against Arsenal. We've had all sorts of issues against United forwards in their first games before. We've had it with who was it? My mind's gone blank now. Rashford. Cool. How can I forget? I remember I was bowling with the boys and kind of looking at the screen and just seeing this like 18-year-old just like rinse us. It was horrible. I'm pretty certain it's happened elsewhere as well with United, but it definitely happened with Rashford. So and apparently Rashford's not really happy playing up front. So I could see a scenario where, you know, they bring in Højlund, get Rashford on the wings. And I mean, if Arsenal got Thomas Partey at right back, and he's got Rashford running him down, I mean, it's just going to be horrible for Thomas Partey. There's no way the legs are going to be able to do anything there. He'll probably do a rash tackle, be booked, and then we're in a whole other set of problems. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Tomiyasu come in on that side. In fact, last season, Ben White was playing right back, had such a horrific half against Rashford, he got taken off. I mean, he got booked as well, but he was just getting rinsed and it was just too risky keeping him on. So we brought Tomiyasu on, hooked Ben White at half time, and Rashford didn't have much else of a look in. So, you know, I think, do we start with Tomiyasu? He's back now. Probably. I think I could see a scenario there, especially obviously if he's keeping Ben White at centre back, then he's got a choice. Do you play Thomas Partey or do you put Tomiyasu in there and maybe bring Partey into midfield? But then you're looking at dropping your new toy Havertz, unless you're playing him up front and dropping Eddie. Oh my word! This decisions. So. It'd be good to get a look at this new striker as well. I haven't seen him play. I haven't watched Serie A for a while now, so I'm not too sure about him. But yeah, it'd be good to see him in the flesh. So hopefully Varane, what the stories I read about Varane are true. Not that I wish anyone injured, but he's a top player and he's the kind of player that will have the experience to handle the occasions like tomorrow as well. So yeah, it's I also wouldn't actually be surprised if McTominay plays, maybe instead of Eriksen, just to give United a bit more, just a bit more strength, literally in midfield. He typically has good games against us, and for some reason he's always able to get away with loads of fouls. Like he'll make like 6, 7, 8 fouls before getting booked, and so I wouldn't be surprised to see Ten Hag bring McTominay back in, and that'll be an interesting battle actually, McTominay versus Rice. But look, we'll find out tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll be able to do a post-match. I've got to do like a post-match review as well once I'm back from the game. And yeah, I'm going with the United fan. I'm going to be in the United end. So it's going to be really weird. It feels almost a bit like a lose-lose, to be honest with you. It's like, if we win, I'm going to have to keep quiet. And if we lose, obviously I'm going to be quiet and everyone around me is going to be going nuts. It's a bit of a risky one. So, hey, it's a shorter video today. So, but if you did enjoy it, please feel free to comment and please like and subscribe and tell people about the channel if you enjoy the content. and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.